name is AJ and welcome to my studio. And today we're going to be going over how to do line art with basic black ink fine liners. This is take 2. I had some technical difficulties and I'm having difficulties with my tongue. But without further ado, let's just get this started. I have some plain white printer paper here, and if you can hear that rustling in the background, I have a pack of basic black Prismacolor pens. All it has is 4. We have 2 fine liners, a brush pen, and a chisel nib pen. For the sake of this video, we are mostly just going to be going over the fine liner and the brush pen. So what's so special about these? Well, they help create solidarity and kind of more substance to your artwork. Because if I were to just make perfect circle, because I'm a professional, it creates this thick, heavy black line that you see very often in comics, cartoons, anime, and manga. Sometimes they'll have colored lines instead, but it's still this solid line, which isn't present in real life, because what we're doing when we do that is we're putting lines where none exist. Because, let's face it, in reality you never see hard lines like this on people. So, fine liners, they generally give this fairly consistent, basic, rounded edge line. There's not much variation in the line shape. However, if you were to have what's known as a brush pen, which looks like, well, a paintbrush, hence its name, then you get this line that can be either very fine, if I can do it, I'm not the best at it, or if you apply more pressure, you get a nice thick line. Forgive me. And brush pens are favored among many artists, but it's not even really necessary. Because some artists create substantial artworks, but their lines are very, very fine. Almost non-existent, because it's not a focal point of their work. And these are... I've completely lost track of everything I was saying. It's good to have these in mind when you're wanting to do artwork, just in case you want to create something that has a little more oomph and punch. So if I were to say, this doesn't look good. Let's try that again, shall we? I was trying to do something here and it just completely bleh. So what am I trying to do? I am trying to draw an eye. But it went kaput on me. There we go, that's a little better. Now the fun part about these fine liners is that, especially with a brush pen, you can get so much variety with one singular pen. Now I personally don't use them too often. I find it too difficult, obviously. I'm floundering here. But once you get the trick down, it is actually a very nice piece of artwork. There's several artists on YouTube that use brush pens quite frequently, and their artwork is magnificent. May Yu on the channel Fun to Draw uses them. Jazza from the channel Draw with Jazza, really good when he uses them. He's gone more into digital artwork, but that's not to say he doesn't do it from time to time. His older videos really showcase his skill. And I think there are a few others. It's been a while, but as you can see, using just a brush pen, I did that. So, it's fairly nice. Now, one thing you'll definitely hear very often is line weight variation, and this can be achieved using just a basic fine liner instead of a brush pen. Back to what I'm used to. Anyway, so say you're trying to ink your artwork. Inking is adding the black line work to it, if you're working in that style. So say you're inking, and you want to add a little more oomph to your artwork. How do you do this? We'll say you have two lines that meet each other. Let's just make it like this. So, in this juncture point right here, what you could do is create just this little bitty shape. And what it does, right away, is it makes the lines a little more interesting. Hold on, I'm trying to get my camera to focus here because it's a little blurry. There we go, that looks like it cleared up a little bit. Anyway, so as you can see, it creates this nice variation in the size, and it's a little more appealing to look at. And I'm overworking it here. And it can be done in any single juncture point. So right here, for instance, if you have a right angle, you would thicken both lines. And this would mostly be applied like underneath the line of the jaw, where it meets the neck, where the fringe of the hair rests on the forehead, between the side points of the hair on top of the forehead. And I think I've pretty much covered the basics of it. So if you like this video, please hit that like button, or you can hit the dislike button if you didn't find it helpful. Doesn't faze me at all. Feedback is always good. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to receive an update every single time I post a new video. I hope you all have a good day, and God bless.